Let's play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We are on part 56. So we left off, giving Valka the flowers we got from Kent. And she made a new batch of shrooms out of that. So we took it and traveled to Jotun. In Jotunheim, I found some witch lady, and I apparently want something from her for some reason. And she said, "Yes." That's what we're gonna do. Take some roots.
Waterfall should be nearby, but I see no sign of it. If I look about, I may yet find a way to see the unseen. This land hides its secrets well, but no secret is safe from me. Look at this place. Yggdrasil's great tendrils reach everywhere in this room. Where are those cursed roots? Must be the Hag's Claw Angerborn I spoke of. A pungent root. It must be a Hag's Claw. There should be more around. Dank and drear. They say hell is the same. strange down here. One more route should do it. Where are those cursed roots? That won't be enough for Angrboda. I should find my way out.
Hi Ray, yes, I am a dude again. Or I'm still a dude. Whenever I'm in the dream state, I'm a guy.
The reek from this root turns my stomach.
Oh yeah, you probably do feel plenty old after all that moving. All been sick. Okay. Yeah, you gotta get that moving right.
Yeah! You merit the Blood Eagle. Othin, take this soul.
Not good.
Yeah, true. Got the roots.
I have done as you asked. Now, where's my wisdom?
Give it a moment to brew. There. An elixir to ready your spirit.
How will this bring me the meat?
It will open your mind to the secrets of the world. While we wait, let us speak of Asgard. How fared your defenses after the last attack?
We have been weakened by treachery. Without time to rebuild, we may not withstand another attack. Wait, I did not mean to say that. I feel strange.
Hexclaw has a way of untying the tongue. Now, you have said you want the mead, but how badly? How much would you sacrifice to be freed of fate's shackles? Would you give your tongue, your hand, your sight?
I would give all that, and more.
I would like to see that.
Doesn't seem like my dialogue option choices
Loki,
matter.
what trickery is this?
I have sapped your strength, Havi. And I will take your life if your answers displease me.
Did you think I would not come for you? After what you did to my son?
Our son. Fenrir. A name I think you have heard before.
Yes. In the final reckoning, the wolf Fenrir will be my doom.
Now you know. Now you can no longer deceive. Tell me, what will you do with him?
I want to kill him. But I cannot. I swore an oath to you, Loki, and I will not break it. I will not take his life. Fenrir will be imprisoned until the day of prophecy, when we will meet upon the field of battle, as we are fated to.
Then we will bind you until that day, as you mean to bind our son.
An eye for an eye.
doesn't look comfortable.
I see she let you live. You must have done something right. Let me help you down from there.
No! No! Wait! 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 No! Ah!
Getting all kinds of help.
You could have let me down gently.
That would presume I cared for your comfort.
Then why release me at all?
For the same reason you are in Jotunheim. You seek the mead, and I can help you get it.
I assume there's a price.
I want a small sample for myself. The rest is yours. Fair?
Do I have a choice?
Of course you do not. The mead is kept by Suttungr and his daughter Gunnlodr in the vault at their home in Utgardr. The vault is opened only on occasion of a great feast, when Suttungr shares the bounty of his cellar.
And it would be a poor host who did not throw a feast for a distinguished visitor. Say, the High One of Asgard.
You are not as ox-witted as I feared.
Why do you want the mead?
My motives are not your business, as yours are not mine. All you need to do is get it.
I must bring a mighty gift to Suttungr, if I am to earn my welcome.
That idiot drunkard Agir recently lost his cauldron to Suttungr in a wager, but it disappeared on the way to Utgardr.
Suttungr would be grateful indeed if I returned that cauldron to him.
Seek the tree that wears the scars of the world's serpent scales. The cauldron would have passed by there. You might also bring a gift for Gunnlodr. There are treasures that would flatter her in Thrimmer's house by the lake near Utgardr.
I will bear that in mind.
When you have the mead, join me at the Well of Mimir. There I will show you how to escape your doom at Ragnarok.
Should I search for the cauldron now? I head for Thrimmer's hall.
Probably do that first.
What do you see? There's the tree Hurricane mentioned. Its bark cut deep by Jormungandr's sharp scales. I should look around for the missing cauldron. Go. Steel and flesh met here, but Jotnar leave no corpses. They turn to earth when they die. Back to the tilth they came from. Something huge was dragged this way. This cart bears the sign of Agid. Agir's cauldron they dragged through here. It must be large indeed. Survey the area, Zudin. The trail of destruction leads towards that giant root. slaughtered that animal for its innards and used them in their ritual. Likely the thieves employed this magic to hide their loot. The mitten of the great Jotun Skrimir dropped here long ago. Maybe the thieves took their burden inside. Soft moss all around. Hard to imagine this place once fitted a hand. This place is heavily guarded. The missing cauldron. But how did they get it into this cave? That was not there before. Hard to know what is real in this realm of illusion. Must be a way to reach it.
How much longer, Bloodbag? Stop you. What? Meet your fate. I'll crush you like a bug.
This cave is home to these Jotnar.
Yeah,
They must have
a lot of
fallen
fun.
far to live in such cheerless squalor. It seems his sons have been hiding here. The waiting their chance to take it back.
Won't take long.
You'll crawl soon enough. Kill you. It's axe time.
Hey, boss! Skewer the rat! Won't survive!
Too big to carry. But things are not always as they seem in Jotunheim. The cauldron has grown smaller. I'm getting the measure of these illusions. This cauldron should be enough to win Sutungur's favor. I could go to Utgarda now, but a gift for Gunnlaugur would improve my chances at getting the mead.
Really? Oh. So, guy voice, I kind of prefer to the girl voice. Ivor's girl voice is kind of grating. And Trump or Pence, that's easy. Trump. That's super easy. I can't stand Pence. He's such a rhino. Trump should have never picked it as his
You're
VP.
finished!
I didn't really like that VP pick from the start. Yeah, I guess I don't. I don't like her the same way I like Sansa. You would go Pence over Biden? I don't understand why anyone likes Pence. He's just such a fake rhino. But over Biden, sure. I'd go Pence over Biden. That's not really saying much. It's honestly, in my opinion, that's just a. It's just a different face for the Uniparty to use. Just like Bush Jr. and Obama. It's all the same. Trump was the first change that we had since Reagan. From Bush Sr. to Obama, it was the government uniparty was running the show, doing whatever they wanted. And then Trump was a breath of fresh air. And now we're back to suffocating. If I had my way, I'd see all those evil bastards hang. Sat down to pack a box. And noted, yeah. Yeah, and your box is probably already packed. Would you mind elaborating on why you find Pence to be a palatable Republican? The other empty box is very far away, like 6 feet. Yeah, you would have to walk or scoot a whole 6 feet. Like, who wants to do that? You sound exhausted. I'm really annoyed that I have to find bombs every time I come across one of these things. He's the lesser of the evils from Trump and Santos. And Biden didn't do anything. Oh my gosh. Do you, like, stick your head in the sand to say... Sorry, but, like, honestly. Like, has your head been in the sand to say something like Biden didn't do anything? That's fine. You can hate him as a human. There's a lot about him that I disagree with as a person. But I don't know what this monster is. This guy looks tough. He didn't live up to most that I cared about. It was more what I meant. Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. But in my opinion, like... Yeah, it makes it, like, to find Trump as a person objectionable, that's... Like, everybody does. Everybody finds it objectionable. It's just a matter of... He's the only answer we've been able to come up with to oh jeez, I'm not ready for this guy. Fudge. He's the only answer we've been able to come up with for just the blatant and rampant government corruption. I don't understand what you think. What is evil about DeSantis? The thing I'm worried about with DeSantis is I don't know if he's bought and paid for. With Trump, because he's self-funded, I know he's not bought and paid for. Yeah, Biden was never going to live up to any of those promises. It just wasn't going to happen. Like, but that's what Democrats run on. Democrats run on a platform of bribery, of bribing the populace with their own money. And the worst Republicans and rhinos are the ones that do the same thing. Like, yes, we're taxing you, but we'll give you this in exchange if you vote for me. We'll give you this back. When no, give me back the money that you're taking from me, that you're taking out of the mouths of my family. And let me decide what to do with it. Lack of effectiveness on the issues that concern me. I mean, I don't know. He's been pretty effective at ushering in the globalists and the globalist economy. He's done a bang-up job of that. I'm not going to vote for someone that I find absolutely abhorrent. Yeah, I understand the moral consciousness there. I do. I just find the business as usual government more abhorrent, and I don't mind. I don't mind mainly. I don't mind picking that instead, because I'm so desperate and at a loss at this point with how blatant the corruption is that I think he's the only guy that'd be able to handle it. I hate our representatives. I hate our media. The representative politicians, they're worthless and useless. All they do is sit there and collect a paycheck and pass the buck. All they're doing is political grandstanding. They don't actually sit down and try and reach a common objective. And then the media, for all their talk of speaking truth to power, they are happy to lie through their teeth in favor of Democrats, even when the Republicans are being the moderate ones, which the Republicans, and because of that, the Republicans are kowtowed into, oh, well, we can't actually take the position that we should take because the media is going to paint us in a bad light. But some Republicans are starting to wake up to the fact that those lying bastards are going to paint you in a bad light regardless of what you do, so you may as well stand on principle at this point. And honestly, I don't know who I hate more. I don't know if I hate the media more or the politicians more. But at the same time, it's all the same thing. It's all part of the same frickin' one world globalist government agenda that they're trying to usher in. And part of that is blowing the economy up, making sure that they have a permanent renting class, making sure that that only the food that they say is allowed to be eaten is eaten. So, I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of this stuff, but something that they did in France, which is going to come to a country near you here pretty soon, is you're no longer in France. You're no longer allowed to take a flight in country that a 2-hour drive would be able to do. And they're putting it under the guise of environmentalism, but what it actually does is it makes it to where only the rich folks can use planes now. And that's the other thing that's so laughable about Democrats and unfortunately they're, you know, I'm hopefully you don't take this the wrong way or personally, but the Democrat voter class votes on economic issues because there's this perception for some reason that Democrats are the party of the poor. They're not. They're not the party of the poor. Neither are the Republicans. The difference is the Democrats are the party of entitlements and the Republicans are the party of empowerment. Well, I shouldn't say that they're the party of empowerment. The ideas of conservatism are inherently empowering ideas, but by and large we have rhinos in the Republican Party that only serve their corporate interests and sponsors, and the Democrats largely do the same thing. So honestly, the only good representatives that we have in there right now, in the House and in all of our places, are people like Jim Jordan, Matt Gaetz, Byron Donalds, all the people that are willing to stand up and not go along to get along. Those are the good ones. And there's less than 10 out of the entire frickin' House. There's less than 10, and in the Senate there's maybe 2. One of them is Josh Hawley, and the other one might be Ted Cruz sometimes, but sometimes you can't tell. Unfortunately, you can't tell with Ted, and that's why he doesn't have a lot of credibility with me. The things that we're never going to agree on are the bigger human issues, and for most of those, I lean Democratic. Bigger human issues. Are you talking about like the social stuff? The cultural stuff? because that's the other part of the coin that's laughable to me is there's no Republican platform that says let's go back to the 50s from a cultural perspective. That just straight up does not exist. So yeah, I mean you say yup like it's a foregone conclusion, but there's no one that's saying stuff like, oh, let's get rid of racial marriage or interrace marriage, let's get rid of this or whatever. It's just not a thing. The most conservative justice on the Supreme Court is in a race mixed marriage. Like, that's not a thing. And then in terms of like the legality of stuff, Republicans are perfectly happy to tolerate homosexual unions. But myself, I'm not content and will never be content with referring to it as a marriage, because it's not a marriage. It's a contradiction. The phrase same-sex marriage is an inherent contradiction in terms. I mean, you can go on the list about whatever it is, but like, there's not a platform for making homosexual activity illegal. There's not a platform for making one race superior over another. There's none of that. Which ones? Seriously, which ones? There are no Republicans in 2023, at least not any that are in office, that would advocate for any of that stuff. Not a one. Yes, so you're missing an important caveat there, Ray, and I think you know that you are. The banning drag performances for children that children are welcome to. That's not okay. You wouldn't take your kid to a strip club, so there's no such thing as a kid-friendly drag performance. Yeah, Tennessee, Florida. Yeah, you shouldn't have drag performances that are open and available and being done in front of children. So yeah, and DeSantis didn't go and ban drag performances. What he did was he signed a law that said, no, and I never will. I'll never go to one of those perverse frickin' activities. I really don't understand the appeal. A guy dressed up as a woman, wearing woman face, honestly, is what it is. It's like the whole thing just has an air of just evil perverseness to it. There's absolutely nothing appealing about it. It's sick. To watch it is it's sickening. So because of that, I'm not gonna go out there and say, oh, because I'm sickened by this, I think it should be illegal. No, I'm not gonna do that. Do it in your own place, in your own corners. Yeah, and they can have their fun. They can have their fun wherever they want to do it and wherever they want to be. I've seen stuff, the way that they do their dancing and the way that they do some stuff has a sensual and sexual connotation to it. It's not necessarily stripping per se, but there's a type of fun that is had with no, they're not. What they're doing, what the laws that they're doing are explicitly saying, no, you can't have drag performances that are open to the public. No, none of them. You might take an article that has a headline that has spun it that way, but if you read the letter of these laws, there's not a single Republican or state law that is banning drag performances outright. Do your sick little gay dance all you want to do. Just don't do it in front of kids. You don't have to do it in front of me, but I'm an adult. I can choose to just not go. Set it up where you're going to set it up. Have the people who enjoy it go. I really don't care. And most people don't care. part of the reason for the big swing in favor of homosexuality and stuff in the 2000s was because the tolerance argument was won. Yeah, in our country, in our society, you should be free to do whatever you want as a consenting adult. Now, if you're religious, you subscribe to a different set of rules, but that's only if you're religious and if you actually subscribe to those rules. But for the purposes of the law and the governance and stuff, sure, have at it. Now, the issue that people are having, and the reason why the backlash is occurring now, is the same reason that people had, is the same reason that the Bible was taken out of public schools back in the 50s and 60s. Is drag queens reading to kids at the library sexual? I hope not, but I don't know. It's one of those things that it's weird enough for me. It's weird enough for me to where I would not be okay with it. Why? But the intent to apply those rules to everyone is no. There's no Republicans that are trying to do that. That hasn't been a thing since the 80s. Even if it was a thing then. But that's what the media likes to do. The media, the Democrat politicians, they like to take, oh, this is the stance that so-and-so's taking, or this is the opinion they gave, so it must be the case that they want this to be the law of the land nationwide. No. Right. I wouldn't take my kid. But nobody should be taking their kids to frickin' drag queen stories. That shouldn't be a thing. Like, if you want to read to children, dress normally and read to children. Don't be doing it in some weird costume. Well, some weird costume that has sexual connotations to it. I don't know where the bomb for this frickin' thing is. Yeah, I wanna know. I wanna know why drag queens want to read to kids. It's weird. Why? Just dress normal. Batista's acceptance. You can teach tolerance, but no, I'm not. No, it's not something. It can be tolerated, sure, but it's not something that should ever be accepted. Let alone celebrated. Looks like I'll just come back to this one later. I'm gonna go down here. This has got to be my least favorite region to explore because everything is confusing and difficult and takes forever to track down and find. What the heck? What? Turn. Why aren't you turning? Holy crap. Turn! What is going on? Okay. What was wrong with my moves? That is bubble thingy. would oppose any law that says to ban consenting adult activities outright. I would oppose any law that says to ban homosexual unions. But I'll always be in favor of laws that protect children. If you happen to be a trans person or a drag queen and you want to read to kids, do it. Just don't do it in drag. Like if you're a stripper or a prostitute that wants to read it to kids, do it. Just don't do it in your frickin' stripper outfit. We shouldn't be restricting things or people or activities based off of their inherent attributes and qualities, but things that they are perfectly able and capable to change, like their wardrobe or their outfit. There's certain things that it's okay for you to wear when you're around kids. There's other things that it's just not okay to wear when you're around kids.
Is gone and Loki with her.
And I'm gonna teach my kid love and tolerance, but I'm also gonna teach him truth. Just the place for you. This will be a bit of a walk, but whatever. Meetings coming up here. Oof. There's a freaking jar behind out. Was I supposed to see that somehow? Stupid moose.
Aid me. Be my eyes.
Skami! Speak to me!
Who has caged this Jotun?
An Asir? It is a dire day when even enemies must be friends. But I must beg for your help. A hunter lives in a house nearby. He has become crazed, and now he preys on his fellow Jotnar. He has captured and beat my love, and soon he means to skin him like a rabbit. Will you have mercy and aid us?
Where is this hunter?
Inside the house asleep. Quickly. You must kill him before he wakes. He will have the key to this cage.
Okay.
What has that bastard done to you?
I don't.
I'll free you, I promise. I'll find the key to this lock.
A door in a wall. Is this the house you meant? That wasn't that.
Talk to me!
This place is so confusing. I saw a house here a second ago.
I'll free you, I promise. I'll find the key to this lock.
You'll be my newest
A
trophy.
woman's hairbrush. Perhaps this hunter does not live alone.
Get out of my house! You the throne! Scum of Asgard! Trying to cut my throat in the night? Get out of my house! You'll be my newest trophy. Eat it! Scum of Asgard! Trying to cut my throat in the night? Stop! Stop! Take what you want.
And that whole women
Just
don't
spare
sweat
me.
thing is crap.
I am no thief.
I thought it was women
I'm here
don't
to free
poop.
the Jotun you have imprisoned.
That villain!
But
He's
no,
lucky I
know
only
women
caged
sweat.
him. How would you react if you found another man porking your wife?
Your wife?
Aye. I've been waiting for her return so I can thrash her. She won't be able to walk once I'm done.
Okay.
There's no need to die for your vengeance. Give me the key and keep your life.
You leave me little choice. Let that faithless wench have her pretty boy then. Here's the key.
The key to the cage outside.
Why don't you want to discuss
Do
it?
her dirty work.
I'll free you, I promise.
Whenever I
Find the
poop
key to
real
this-
good,
I have the key,
I
Jotun.
gotta
I'm not
just
your
leave it.
assassin. Be
It's
satisfied
like a
with
trophy
that.
in the bowl.
Oh, stone and soil! Now he will hunt us wherever we go. You have saved us and doomed us all at once.
Everyone
Hurry
does
now.
it.
Release him!
You're free to go.
My love, I knew you'd come for me. And your husband? Is he dead?
He still lives. We must make haste, away to our secret tower. Maybe he will not find us there.
As soon as I regain my strength, we will go. I fear I am too weak to move.
Oh, you must try. He will not be long. I know it.
Okay. Utgard. Inside the physical reverse part. Yeah, it definitely makes a mess. And then you gotta make a mess at your old place, clean it up, load it up a piece at a time, and then you're making a mess at the new place, and then you gotta put everything away and find stuff for new things. And, yep, messes everywhere.
Have a look, Sunan.
Somewhere. Probably hidden as some stupid magic thing again. Of course, I guess the key's down here somewhere. Stupid key.
there was none before.
Here's the key. Who dat?
Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
I'm streaming Valhalla, bro.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Chatting with Ray on my stream.
Oh?
Yeah. What are you up to?
White Rocket?
That's what's up. I got a couple meetings though. I got a meeting at 1 and then another meeting at 2. It's gonna be cringe.
A hideaway, and still in use by the looks of it.
Alright, got the key for this. Ray says hi, Trop.
What's up, what's up?
Shoot him out of arrows. Are you in a rocket tournament, Jeff? Yes, no?
No.
What do you see, Sunan?
Okay.
Thrymir's house once stood here, before ruin came upon it.
Excuse me. I need to access that. Dang, yeah, this house got wrecked. Okay. Later, Ray. I'm not sure if I'll still be streaming. I will definitely have to stop streaming at 2. But
To freeze the breath in your body. Loki often tells the tale of how Thrymir stole Thor's hammer. It seems his account of Thor's rage was no exaggeration.
Jeff, are you on my Twitch? What?
Nope. I'm in a Rocket League match, bro. Can't.
Oh snap! I might have a new person on my Twitch. Feel free to say hey in the chat. I'm in somebody's destroyed old house looking for a present. Because when you're looking for a present, that's the first place you think of, right? Someone else's house.
Thor's bridal circlet.
Anyway.
This would be a gift worthy of Gunnlodr's attention.
Alright, apparently I did find something. Well, I scared off whoever that mystery viewer was. Success! Okay. I gotta call into this 1 o'clock. I'll be on mute. And then after this 1 o'clock, I gotta start my 2 o'clock, which I won't be back on until 3 at the earliest. Catch you in a bit.
God dang, that sucks. My team trolled so hard we should have won that match. Oh my god.
If they see me, this will get messy. Cast about this land, friend.
These walls are strong, but I long for a piece of the ironwood.
If there is another life beyond this, I hope it is a better one.
Viltu lána mig kannan þinn? Elskuðu blóta minn og á. Það gott.
Rétt væri að nefna. Þeir freistu að kaupast þeirra fyrst. Var að hreinu, en þeir sáu að kristnir voru vopnalaus að þeir tóku eftir
Serna! Kom þér undan!
steindagsmenn norður var, satt?
Ég var að reyna að gera eitthvað katsi.
Who will fight beside Duker the Bold?
I heard you calling for a fighting partner.
2 fight with 2. That is the rule. But have no fear. You'll have little to do but watch as Duker the Bold destroys his foes.
You seem to be having trouble finding someone to join you.
Proud fools. They are afraid I will show them up with my fighting prowess. You're not afraid, are you?
What is my reward if I help you?
Besides the glory of victory? Well, I have traveled far in this realm. I would be willing to share the location of some rare treasures.
I had expected fearsome opposition in the Jotnar fighting pits.
Fearsome, yes. Too fierce for you. But you can stand behind me. I'll deal with them single-handed.
I like your confidence, at least. I'll take this challenge.
And you won't regret it. For Duker the Bold is not only a great warrior, but a shapeshifter of peerless skill. Pick an animal. Any animal. I will take on that form in the combat to come.
Of all the beasts of this land, the bear is the most fearsome.
Brute strength and savagery. Very well. Now let's fight.
What good is a weapon? What in hell's name was that? A rabbit? Did you hope to nipple your opponents to death?
Well, by making myself seem feeble, I made them lower their guard. All in a day's work for Duker the Bold.
Are you even able to transform into a real beast?
Of course I can. Anything I want. I just don't want to right now.
I'd better get some reward for carrying you in that fight. Or I'll stick your bobtailed arse in a stew.
I found a note on a dead traveler. It will lead you to treasures and secrets. At least, I hope it will.
Rennir augum til mín heldur en væri kjötbiti. Á að berja hann aftur með eldbera að byrgja hann að mér.
Hann drambláti þingmaðurinn Snorri mun heikja aftur ef hann heikir.
Gleitúlur, grísi.
Þjóðasveit og hurðan mikil gefur mér silfurbækar. Eða Orri gefur mér fjárhúst og margir guldsög. Einur hagar. Ég veit hvað verðst um að gæta.
Flýttu!
His walls are strong, but I long for the peace of the Ironwood.
Suttungr is always thinking. Don't trust anyone that thinks that much.
Lofa að þig eigi myndi kaupa perlur fyrir peningum ekki sver. Flýið fyrir lífiður! Nú! Elli sykur í augum mér.
Svæljast!
Spread your wings, Sunan.
Toil and drudgery is our lot.
Skandi, er það heiðið á menni? No, sigli mér ein.
Odins úr.
Hvað æsla er þetta?
Heimdalls eiður.
You are small to my eyes, stranger.
Small in stature, but great in deed. I am the one they call Havi, the High One of Asgard. And I come bearing a great gift.
Your name is known to me. But what could mighty Suttungr want that a little thing like you could provide?
Your great cauldron, stolen by Hymir's sons. Let this offering be a beginning to the end of our hostilities. Such a small thing, yet so much deeper than it seems. Appearances can be deceiving, can they not?
Well spoken, Harvey. Our people may be enemies, but you have earned your welcome here. Thralls, an honored guest has come. Prepare a feast.
I hope also to meet your daughter, Gunlother. I have heard much of her skill in the mystical arts.
She will be toiling at her work, as ever. But be forewarned, she shuns the company of others.
I could summon her to the feast if you like. We might discuss matters of alchemy on the way.
That would please me. You will find her in her grotto, up the path, within the circle of stones. Have a care, though. You are safe in my presence, but you wander Utgard at your peril.
I will be discreet.
And Harvey, be kind. Gunlother is different from you and I.
Michael, what are you in Val right now?
Gold 2.
Jeez. You go, dude.
My father was a thrall, as is my wife, as will our children be.
Mér skortar nær dásamleikur nálar hans. Svo margar leiðir.
Michael, have you seen the new Apple Vision Pro thing? They're kind of like Oculus, but Apple. Michael.
No, I haven't.
These things are like $3,500 VR headset.
All right, I gotta get in this meeting, dude.
All right, man. See ya.
Toil and drudgery is our lot.
No sense trying to change fate. What counts is how you face it.
Ég fangar þrælla hjá þar. Þau eigi stór.
Eitthvað að kalla árdegis í gær ekki sá úlfa. Vex af akarni. Læsingar hennar munu vera eins arma.
My father was a thrall, as is my wife, as will our children be.
If there is another life beyond this, I hope it is a better one.
Toil and drudgery is our lot.
No sense trying to change fate. What counts is how you face it.
My father was a thrall, as is my wife, as will our children.
Aesir may have beaten us back at Asgard, but our time is coming.
there is another life beyond this, I hope it is a better.
To bring Gunlother to the feast. I should not keep Suttungr waiting. Ancient and abandoned. The ice has gnawed it well. Trickery is this? A tree grows within the tower. That gate was not there before. Strive in the service of their people. snows.
My father was a thrall, as is my wife. Huh?
Allan dag að sé þorstaður.
Another illusion. The way inside is revealed. Gunnlóða? What is this place?
Some time ago, we made powerful magic here. We sought to see all futures. But every road led to Ragnarok. Father does not visit here anymore. He sees no profit in it. But I am not yet ready to give up. You are Aesir.
I am.
I have seen images of the future. Heard the voices of those who will come after us.
Voices from... in there?
Yes. I leave them words. Little packets of possibility, waiting for unknown ears, many ages hence.
What do these future voices say?
They seek the wisdom of the past. They speak of things to come. But even they cannot turn the tide of Ragnarok.
There is to be a feast in my honor. Your father sent me to fetch you.
No, not yet. Listen. I want you to hear the voices. Are you there, Prophet? Can you hear me? Perhaps another day. Another thread. Come. We must not keep Father waiting.
Who are you? Winter's knife cuts deep, and sky pearls fall thick in this land.
It is cold out here.
How can that surprise you?
I haven't been outside and... Should I use smaller words so you can understand? Come back, I am not finished. I haven't been outside in... I don't know how long.
You are devoted to your work.
Not my work, my responsibility. My people ignore the disaster bearing down on them. Someone must do something. We have long searched for a solution, until the burden of it has bent my mind. I do not think as clearly as I once did.
I've heard there's one method still untested.
There is, but to activate it would mean defiling our well of knowledge, from which all of Midgard drinks. There is no telling the change it would wreak on humankind. It would bring chaos at the least. And I do not wish to hurt them.
Even if it means the death of all Jotnar?
We will find another way. We must. This land is quite beautiful.
Toil and drudgery is our lot.
The vault.
No sense trying to change fate. What counts is how you face it.
In the hands of evil people. No stone walls will defend us when Ragnarok comes. All we have built here will be swept away. For so long, we made magics there in that tower. Enchantment has seeped into its very walls. The wind and snow have gnawed that tower to the bone. Soon, we will knock it down.
Vantaði oss mat meira en að berjast, satt. Við rifsuðu næsta.
Snýr til kristindóms. Hann var ástfanginn af saxlensku fiskistúlku, svo berg honum þegar hann braut karfa.
Dökkliðari, arfhæfði kallinn var algjör.
Harvey! Your feast is prepared. I hope it pleases you.
You are generous and hospitable indeed, great Sutungur. None can say otherwise.
And see, your gift stands in pride of place, brimming with freshly fermented mead. Enough for 100 Jotnar and more.
This is an unexpected honor. You have filled it already with mead from your vault, then?
No need. It has filled itself. Such is the magic of the cauldron.
Impressive. But what if it should run out of mead?
Do you hear this? Harvey fears he will drink us dry. My cauldron is deep, but my vault is deeper. Do not worry about my stores of mead. I have plenty to go around.
Father, you know revelry does not suit me. Must I attend this feast? I have work to do.
Your work can wait, my daughter. Take a moment. Enjoy yourself.
Father, we have very little time.
Enjoy yourself. I insist. Harvey, the guests are uneasy. They see an Aesir, but they do not know you. Will you address them?
I'm ready.
Now, we will hear from our honored guest. The Lord of the Aesir has come in peace and brought us a mighty gift. Attend.
Harvey I'm called, whose axe is never slaked. The blood of my enemies is my meat, their skulls my pillow.
You brag well. They were ever pleased by violence.
Though our people are enemies, I come here to do you honor, for I know that none feast nor fight like Jotnar.
Your words are well chosen.
Now I will sing you the Lay of Idun, whose apples gave life eternal.
Those with rumbling bellies will not stand for long tales.
Now we will drink deep and eat heartily.
Let the feast begin!
The guests are not drinking fast enough. Perhaps I can speed things along. See musicians. Somber souls will only sip at their drinking horns. Conjure us a tune to raise their spirits.
We are keen, but my harp has been stolen. We cannot play without it.
Who would steal a songbringer's instrument?
There was a group of children playing round us earlier, with mischief in their eyes.
I will get your harp back, and then you will play. Thralls. Humans kept in bondage, bred to serve. Such is the fate of the lowly.
No guests in the kitchen! Out!
They are calling for challengers to face their champion.
Harvey! Show us your might! Beat our champion and we will drain our horns in your honor!
Bring me this champion, and I will shine my knuckles on his jawbone.
Behold!
Do not mock me. I will not fight a withered old crone.
If you are too afraid to face her, well, that is that.
If she is truly your champion, then so be it. I will try not to break her brittle bones, but I promise nothing.
Who is in the mood for a brawl? Can you not beat an old woman? You are mighty. You have fought old age and won. No one has ever done that before.
Drink to me then, as you promised you would.
All of you! Empty your horns for Javi!
The mead is half gone. An Aegir's cauldron can be drained.
They beat the champion.
Is there any sweeter music than the clash of drinking horns?
Now, give it a try! What's the worst that can happen?
Last time I played your game, I got so drunk I shot my brother in the leg.
What?
Aegir, mighty friend to the Aesir. Are you not sorry to lose your cauldron?
It was never mine by right. Thor won it from Hymir so he might feast in my hall. I only kept it on his behalf. And after that bloody business with Hymir's sons, well, I'd as soon be rid of it. I'll have no strife beneath my roof.
The end of strife. I'll drink to that.
And I'll drink to anything.
What's the second worst?
I should try the archery contest. No doubt they will toast my prowess if I...
Greetings, Javi. Will you test your arm at archery? You must hit 3 targets in a handful of heartbeats.
I can shoot the wings off a wasp.
Ah, but can you do it while mead-addled? Before each attempt, you must take a drink.
I'll take your challenge on one condition. For every drink I take, you take 2.
Ha! That's a condition I'll gladly accept. Are you ready?
Show me those targets.
Then take a drink and let fly.
Hvað vildi þú gera og væri reynd? Vildi þú ræfa þessu skíti eða kasta þú hann inn í björni? Skíti saman með steininu?
You look a bit wobbly there! Careful!
Fine shot! Now, have a drink and try another.
Close your eyes, your luck will improve.
Steady eye now. The last one is the hardest.
Let us hope you hold your beer better than you hold a bow.
You are a keen shot, Javi. Your hand grows steadier with drink, where others lose their eye.
Another round?
Not for me. My belly roils like a knot of eels. And I see 3 of you. I think I should walk this off.
What can I do to get them to drink faster?
You're not drinking, Gunnlöda.
I do not care for it. Drink is the heron that steals away one's memory.
Some would say it frees the spirit of worry.
We call those people drunks.
I see your wit is as sharp as your intelligence.
Wit? I was simply stating a truth.
Let us play a game. Ask me some riddles. I will see if I can guess them.
I enjoy a good riddle. How did you know?
All great minds enjoy riddles. You fashion order from disorder, sense from nonsense.
You have me at that. Very well, I will play.
Give me an easy one to begin.
Would that I had now what I had yesterday. Find out what that was. Mankind it mars, speech it hinders, yet speech it will inspire.
Could you give it to me again?
Would that I had now what I had yesterday. Find out what that was. Mankind it mars, speech it hinders, yet speech it will inspire.
It is ale, of course.
A child could have solved that one. Would you like another?
All right, I'm ready.
Who is that shrill one who rides a hard road and has fared that way before? He kisses hard who has 2 mouths and goes only on gold.
A river has a mouth, and sometimes flows on gold.
A good try, but the river's kiss is soft. It is a hammer. One more?
I feel good about this one.
Be prepared. This is the hardest yet. White-haired women, servants too, bore ale tub to the larder. No hand turned it, nor hammer beat it. But there, outside the islands, the upright one who made it.
One more time.
White-haired women, servants too, bore ale tub to the larder. No hand turned it, nor hammer beat it. But there, outside the islands, the upright one who made it.
You there? Yeah, look.
It can only be swans and eggs.
Hey, Brent. Sorry, I'm in meetings right now.
Ah, it's all good. I'll catch you later then.
Now the game is over. Have I raised your spirits at all?
I feel a little better. You are kind to attend to me, Javi. Most have given up trying.
Is that Loki?
Not me, friend. My name is Thok.
Forgive me. I thought you were someone else.
Too much drink in too little time. The cure for that is sleep.
Is that Loki there? Surely he would not dare.
Patience! They cannot outlast us.
The right food will inspire thirst. I should head to the kitchen.
I've seen more life in a grave mound.
The kitchen. Here I might find some way to make the guests thirsty. I need to empty that cauldron. Then Sutungar will open his vault. Hot spices call for a cooling drink. Now how can I use this? Utgarda, ancient king of the Jotnar. Sutungar holds sway within those walls.
No guests in the kitchen! Out!
Give it to me! I want to go! Get your grubby paws off my...
That harp does not belong to you, little thief. You should give it back.
What are you gonna do? Fight me for it?
Why don't you give me a real challenge?
All right. You want this hop? Go dive in that meat. Climb as high as you can, though. I want a big splash.
Watch and learn.
Get your grubby paws off my hop. My turn! My turn! Not you too! You'll break the strings with your sausage fingers.
Bet they won't do it. How many broken bones, you think?
50 at least.
Guests are not drinking fast enough. Perhaps I can speed things along.
There. Now give back the harp, so the musicians may play.
Ymir hairy balls! That was amazing! You must be half raven.
Who taught you such language?
Mother? Why?
The guests are not drinking fast enough. Perhaps I can speed things along. These guests will drink more with fire in their mouths. The cauldron is empty. I should tell Suttungr.
Alright, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.